Hello, welcome back everyone to PHP Teacher Online. I am Raju Kundu. Today we are going to start JavaScript Lesson 5. I hope all of you remember that last day we did uh, for loop. Okay, basically we started with loops and we did for loop, and I explained how for loop works and how it can iterate through any content, like it can show you any output again and again and again, like multiple times. Okay, and loop should be used only when there is a situation in programming, like we want to do same thing repetitively again and again. In that case we should be using loops, and inside the loop we have learned for loop. Now next, today we will be learning while loop and do while loop, and there is a bit of a difference between while, for, and along with those two there is a difference with do while. Okay, do while is bit different than for loop and while loop, so I'm going to explain that too. So let's get started today without any further ado. Okay, let's start. I will create a new file now. So let's name this one as while loop maybe. There was loops, so let's name this one as while loop. Now I will copy paste all the contents from loop section where I have explained the for loop stuff. Okay, let me copy this, copy and paste it over here. Let's increase the font size too. Okay, and this particular while loop will be doing the same thing. Same thing means what the output of for the for loop was, like Raju will be alerted 3 times. Okay, that was the output of for loop. That same output will come in this case also, like Raju will be alerted 3 times in a pop-up box, but this time we are going to be using while loop instead of for loop. So first I will teach you what is the syntax of a for while loop. Okay, so let's erase this one over here, and here the syntax of while loop. Okay, now while loop should be written like this: while, and there should be a condition. Now you all know now what is a condition. Condition means something greater than, something less than, that should be the condition. Okay, now here is the loop body. Okay, done. Now how to write this same thing, like this alert will appear 3 times with Raju but using a while loop. Okay, this time let's go ahead and do that. So now instead of writing for, I'll be writing while. Now over here I'll be just writing I less than equals to 3. Okay, till here, and then Raju. Now this is, there is nothing syntactically wrong in this particular loop, so this is fine. But the thing is that if you monitor the loop before I taught you, like the for loop, here I plus plus was there. Okay, and also a starting position was there, like what should the I start from. So in this place there is nothing like that, so this is not going to work fine for us, because first of all we do not have a starting point for the I, so it should be 1, because in the for loop it was 1 as well. Okay, and here the less than condition is there, but there is no plus plus or increment situation. If I do not increment this particular value with 1 1 1 again and again and again, in that case it will never reach to 3. Correct, like it is starting from 1. If I forget to increment it, then how would it reach to 3, position 3? So that's why I'll have to increase this number one by one over here, I plus plus. That means at the beginning it will find I as a 1 which is less than or equals to 3, so that is true. Then it is going to print or alert Raju. Okay, after that when I press OK, it will plus plus it, so it will increment it from 1 to 2. Then again it will check if 2 is less than 3 or equals to 3, then again the outcome will be true. So that's why again it will alert another Raju. Similarly, again it will do a plus plus and it will make it 3, and this time also it will be true, so again it will print another Raju. But after that, once it makes I plus plus, it will become 4. Now 4 is not less than or not equals to also 3, so that's why the condition will fail and the program will stop. So this is the way it is going to work. So let's see if this prints us 3 times Raju is within a alert pop-up. So I'll have to close this particular bit and I'll have to reopen this while loop bit. Okay, over here I have opened it. Now let's click on it. So right now what is running? This while loop is running. Let me make it more clear like this. While loop. Here you can see it's while loop. Now let's click on this button. Raju comes up first time, okay. Raju comes up second time, okay. Raju comes up third time, okay, and it's gone. So that means it is also working fine, just like for loop was working. Similarly, it is working too. Now remember, if you forget to do this plus plus or increment over here, this will become an infinite loop. That means it is never going to stop and it will show you some error or some issues you will run into. Because this, if this I plus plus does not happen, this number will never increment or never increase. If it does not increase, then it will be always less than or equal to 3. Hence this loop will become an infinite loop. So do remember this, do not forget. Do declare a variable, do assign a value to it while writing a while loop. After that, inside the while, do the condition checking, and do not forget to increment that particular number inside the loop after the loop body. Else what will become? It will become a infinite loop. So be careful about that particular thing. Okay, so till here I think it's clear to you now. Like if I do like less than 4, then refresh, then check, it will come up 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then gone. Done. Okay. Oh, sorry, it has. Oh, see. Okay, that's good, that's good. You see, I made a mistake. I have made less than equals to 4, but I forgot to uncomment this I plus plus. So hence it has become an infinite loop. So it is keep happening, it is not stopping at all. So how to recover from this? There is only one option. I will have to quit this program and then I'll have to reopen it. Let's reopen it again. I'll have to reopen it and then I'll have to rectify my issue here. Then I'll save it and then let's do it over here again. Refresh, click once, twice, third time, fourth time, and end. Okay, now it is working fine. It is working for 4 times and this is ending up. Now next we are going to learn do while loop. Okay, till here I think things are completely understandable to you. I will show more complex example later on over loop, but now we will be doing do while loop, and then I will show you a comparison from which you will understand why do while is different than while and for loop. Okay, so let's get started with that one now. Okay, now I'll create another new file. Let's save it. Let's name it as do while loop. Do while loop. Okay, HTML save. Now again I'm going to copy this whole HTML stuff from while loop and I'll paste it over here. I'll increase the font size. Last time I increased it. Yeah, okay, done. Now next, let's write down the syntax of do while loop. So basically the difference will be, this will be gone from here. Here we will see a do, and after completion of the loop we will see that while condition and then a semicolon. Apart from this, other things will be the same. So let's do the same over here too. While, and then the condition was I less than equals 4. So let's cut that out and paste it over here. Let's do a semicolon over here. Then over here, instead of while, we should be writing do. Okay, now let's see and let's run this program. Let's write this one, do while loop. Let's run this program and see what will be the outcome. So it will be actually printing Raju again 4 times because there is a similar condition. And after seeing the output, you might be thinking, now what is the difference then between while and for and with the do while loop? Okay, there is a difference that I am going to explain. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see the outcome. I'll open a new tab, not new tab. I'll go to the folder and I'll open do while loop. Okay, now it is open. Now let's click on it and let's see. So first time Raju, second time Raju, third time Raju, fourth time Raju, and then okay, then it's gone. Okay, so it is working same as while and for loop. So what is the difference then? Difference is, see, in for loop and in while loop, the checking comes in first. That means the condition, only after the condition gets satisfied, then only your loop body will work. Okay, in this case and also in this case, first it is checking the condition, and only if that gets satisfied, then it will be printing your body or whatever you have written, like alert Raju or alert something else or some other coding. Whatever you have written will work only after the condition has been satisfied. Okay, but in case of do while loop, what is happening? First it is printing something and then it is checking the condition. So in this case, no matter your condition gets satisfied or not, at least once this alert will be printed. Okay, let me point it out in this way. Let's go back to the while loop again. Okay, in while loop I'll write this one as 10. So 10 means it is starting from 10, so obviously 10 is not less than or equals to 4. So this Raju is not going to be printed if I click that button. Let's see, while loop, refresh it. See, nothing is coming out. No matter how many time I click, nothing is coming out because this condition is not getting satisfied. But if I go to do while loop and I make the same changes, I'll make it 10. So in this case, what is happening? First it is printing, then it is checking. So at least once this particular thing will get printed. Let's see, refresh, click. See, Raju has come once. Okay, now it will not come again because it has already executed first, then it has checked the condition and found that 10 is bigger than 4. So that's why it will not execute anymore. So this is the way for loop, while loop and do while loop works. And you should be using do while loop in a certain case, like whenever you found something needs to be done at least once, but maybe after that if the condition does not satisfy, then I don't want to do it anymore. In those sort of situations you should be using do while loop. But if you want to do another way, like only if the condition gets satisfied then only my loop should be running, then you can use either for loop or while loop. Although it has been proven that while loop is a bit more faster than for loop. Okay, so using while loop will be better all the time, because you can see like the syntax over here is bit complex. All the things are written in one line, hence this particular loop becomes a bit complex, and if it is a complex thing then it will run slower. But in case of while loop, there is no certain complexity, only this particular condition is there to be checked. That's why while loop is much lighter in weight, hence it runs faster. Maybe a very little faster, maybe some nanoseconds, but it will run faster than for loop. So if possible, try to use while loop in all the places whenever you are doing certain works. Okay, so now the thing is that in this lesson and the previous lesson, if I combine them together, the previous lesson and this lesson 5 and lesson 4, then I have explained all the basic things about loop, how loop works, and also their control flows, like how things are working. Now control flows of while and do while are very easy. You can understand, it is finding this value over here, then it is checking over here, then it is executing that particular part, again it is checking until it is false. Now in case of do while loop, it's the similar, it is getting initialized over here, then it is doing something, then it is checking something. If that is true, then it is executing it again, else if not, then it will get stopped. Okay, so this is the way for while and do while loop works, and loops are very essential for us because whenever we will be doing repetitive works in our programming, we will be requiring loop to get there. Okay, so try to practice these things out more and more, because there are a lot more topics to be covered, and then I'll come with the complex things that you know. So I have taught you till here, you can say. Next I will be teaching switch, and then operators are already there. Operators I have explained, like what are the different operators I have explained. Variables I have explained already. constant I have not explained. I'll show you in some point of time, like how we can use constant also in our program. I'll show you that in some point of the program. But the thing is that after knowing till switch case, we will be moving to complex things and other things that are available in JavaScript, which will help you to do certain things like changing, not only changing the color, maybe changing the color, changing the shape, creating a new element, deleting a new element, deleting an old element, or whatever. Everything we can do, we can capture an element and we can do whatever we want with that particular element. Those sort of things I will be teaching later. So stay connected, do subscribe to my channel, so I get the support and I get the energy to create all these free videos for every one of you out there. So please do subscribe my channel. That will help me a lot and support me a lot. Okay, so I am going to complete today's lesson till here. We'll meet you with lesson 6 on the next class very soon. Okay, till then, goodbye, stay well.